Well, it is primary night in Washington state, and as we get closer to the midterms, all eyes are on the only county in America that has correctly picked the president in every election since 1980. Our Zohreen Shah traveled to Clallam County in the days after the 2020 election to see what drove voters to choose Biden there. So we sent her back nearly 2 years later to see what's changed ahead of midterms that could reshuffle the balance of power in Washington.
Tucked away in the far northwest corner of the nation is Clallam County. This small, tight-knit community in Washington state is known for its annual Lavender Festival, tourism, and its political independence.
People here are very astute and they're very knowledgeable.
We were first here 20 months ago in November of 2020, when the world looked a little different. Right after President Joe Biden secured a win, and right before this. Before Election Day 2020, 19 of the nation's roughly 3,000 counties voted for the winning presidential candidate in every election since 1980. After Trump's defeat, this rural county is the only one left to hold that title. Entering a critical midterm election season, the pulse of the nation can be felt here.
We typically have a full bar.
We met restaurant owner Young Johnson on our last trip.
I voted for Bush, Obama twice, President Trump, and now President-elect Biden.
And now we're back.
The economy is your #1 issue right now.
Absolutely. We've had to simplify things because of labor as well as the product.
A recent New York Times Siena College poll showed 77% of voters believe the country is heading in the wrong direction, including 63% of Democrats and 89% of Republicans. And 64% of Democrats now say that the party needs to nominate someone other than President Biden in 2024.
Do you think he should run again?
Absolutely not.
Do you think that sort of sentiment, the polling that's out there, is going to fuel a red wave come this fall?
I think for the midterms, yes. I really do.
I see two different countries, two different views of what America means and stand for.
Down the street, we meet Alan Turner, a registered independent but self-described democratic socialist, who says his bookstore has fared better than other businesses like Johnson's restaurant.
Throughout the country, communities came in support of local businesses, in support of local bookstores. I have to admit, we did not miss a beat.
Every day, he updates his red and blue sign in front of his store. It's always something political. Today, a reminder, voting is now underway. Like Johnson, he also voted for Joe Biden.
When the election happened, it was a great relief. You could hear cheers, you could hear fireworks going off.
Now he too has concerns about the president and his party and fears a red wave this fall.
I don't think young people are going to come out for him. His rhetoric and his delivery doesn't seem to match the significance of the moment.
You have an ROD and an independent here.
Clallam County residents pride themselves with voting independently, not shouting at each other, but listening to each other.
Thank you so much for being here again in the same exact spot 20 months later.
Case in point, they're county commissioners, all three belonging to separate political parties, despite their ideological differences, resolving to work together. Many issues in Clallam County mirroring those across the country.
Increases in the cost of gasoline cause people to stand back and say, well, do I really need that? And in some cases, it's a real heartbreak.
Things like housing and affordability, those are prime issues.
One of the reasons why we're seeing inflation right now is because of all of the stimulus that's been pumped into the economy. What has that allowed us to do in this county? It has buoyed this community through the COVID pandemic in a really significant way.
What has been the impact of January 6th on people here in Clallam County?
It is of a high level of interest to many people who I interact with. It's all part of some significant national trends.
Part of that trend touching Sequim, a Clallam County city made up of about 8,000 residents. When the mayor at the time publicly shared QAnon conspiracy theories on a local radio show, he shocked this independent community into action.
The city manager tried to correct it, and then they fired him, and I think that was probably where I really was deciding to run for office.
That's when the Sequim Good Governance League was founded to support transparency, reasoned dialogue, and respect for individuals within the city administration, endorsing candidates like Brandon Janice and Vicki Lowe.
I would knock on doors and I would say, hi, my name's Vicki Lowe, I'm running for Sequim City Council, and they'd say, I know who you are. Can you get rid of the mayor? Literally, that's what people said.
A sentiment that carried through to last year's local election. 5 SGGL candidates now sit on the Sequim City Council. Now, Deputy Mayor Janice and Councilmember Lowe tell us they have made it their mission to restore civility and reason to city leadership.
We've, had some pretty contentious meetings where we're all just talking about stuff, nobody yelling. That's kind of what I felt like our constituents wanted when they voted for us.
You gotta be an adult. You're an adult. Me and Vicki are not agree with everything, but no ill will towards her because it serves no purpose.
Yeah, we both respect each other very well. He calls me all the time and asks questions, or I can call him. It's not, oh, can't talk to Brandon.
Their story, another example of how this county is a microcosm of an America grappling with widespread disinformation and how to solve it.
We're not always able to, to reduce the temperature, but the way that we try and work with each other hopefully focuses on practical solutions, and if that ends up having some carryover into the way that people think beyond their local elections, then I would think that would be good.
As for a potential red wave this fall, that's one question not even the folks in Clallam County can fully predict. But the commissioners believe one thing is certain.
Will Clallam fall in the trend next time? 2024.
Yes.
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 Our thanks to Zohreen Shah for that report.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.